when the Ukraine Russia special operation started, and some people said that Russia started a war by invading Ukraine. I remember 3 years ago on Club Shada myself telling this thing is making a lot of noise. I remember telling everybody on my show, you can go watch the episodes, right? I remember telling everybody that, and actually I had a Ukrainian friend, and as I was saying, listen, this war didn't really start in 2022. This war started in 2014. And the whole BS started way before because of the NATO and the US expanding NATO and wanting to expand until the other side of Russia. And I received an email from YouTube telling me, hey, if you are not for Ukraine, you're going to lose your channel. And me, I was like, what? Listen, I'm not for Russia. I'm not for Ukraine. I'm a French citizen. I'm for my country. So I'm watching this as somebody from the outside, right? And here we are. Now that Russia and the US sat down together to negotiate the peace, because they were in a proxy war and Russia won. And they won long time ago. And everybody that is serious, well, they know that they won long time ago. And it's interesting to see how Ukraine has been used. A lot of people died for nothing. A lot of people died as heroes to the eyes of the Russians and as heroes to the eyes of the Ukrainians. But in the end, now that the Americans decided that they're not interested in this front and they prefer doing business with Russia, that's what they're going to do. And when Zelensky was about to sign the peace treaty, the Biden administration told him, no, don't do it. And he should have not listened to these people. But at that time, nobody would have thought that Trump was coming back. And now that he's back, the party's over. And you can see Trump said, listen, we want 50% of all the minerals, the $30 trillion that are under your ground. Zelensky said, no. They said, okay, you fucked. And that's what's happening right now. And listen, it reminds me of something I learned when I was at school. There was a couple fighting. And, it was a guy, a girl. They were fighting for real. So I put myself between them. And I said, whoa. You cannot fight with a girl. And the girl was, and I was like, yo, calm down. It's your boyfriend. And then the two started fighting me and telling me, why are you getting in our affair at? And it's interesting how in this whole situation, the media made the whole thing so hysterical, and they sold us this war as the war for democracy. When we all know that. I mean, listen, I've been to Ukraine. It's not really a democracy, and it's really one of the most corrupt countries in Europe. It was before they sold it to us as the light of democracy in East Europe. It's never been that. But it's been sold to us so much, the propaganda was so crazy that if you said anything that was just reality, you would have a bunch of problems. You would have huge problems. And now here we are. The same people that have been lying to us about this war for the last 3 years, now they're like, we can only continue to lie. But in reality, listen, I believe that once the US government says the party's over, well, the party's over. And I feel sad for the people who lost family members. I feel sad for my friends who lost their. I was in Kharkiv, beautiful city. It's been destroyed. It's gonna be rebuilt, but it's been destroyed because of greed and nationalism and xenophobia and things that should have been resolved by conversation. And now look at the French talking, look at the Germans talking, look at all these people talking as if they can do something. There's nothing they can do. And yeah, it's sad to see. But yeah, ça s'appelle in French les dindons de la farce. But listen, you can go back and watch my episode about Ukraine. And listen, Congo is more or less the same thing in reality. But me personally, I knew exactly that if Trump won, that would exactly be where we would end up. And when people will stop hiring crooks and actors to lead countries, maybe we will have real leaders. Exactly, Ezekiel. The saddest part for both countries is the loss of people. Listen, you have famous athletes on the Ukrainian side, dancers, singers, like people that really believe that they were going to save their country because of the propaganda that's been sold to everybody. When in reality, from the get-go, it was NATO trying to expand and the US trying to push the empire on people. And a lot of these people died for nothing. It's horrible.